Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV patch 7.1. This time we're looking at changes that gear has been made to. Specifically, we're looking here at the Eastern Lord's attire. This is something that's on the cache shop, has been for quite some time. You'll notice that there's quite a lot of things in the patch notes that mention gender unlocking, which is obviously a really cool feature. This then is the Eastern Lord's set. You'll notice something about the Eastern Lords that is significantly bigger than the Eastern Ladies attire. Let's have a side-by-side of that. Yeah, a lot of people, including myself, are quite confused why the Eastern Lord's top, the robe, actually has a bigger allocation of size to that top half of your female character. But yeah, apparently that's just how it is. So if you want to have bigger bazoombas, then you're gonna have to go and get the Lord's set. But yeah, this is gonna make people want to buy probably some stuff from a cache shop that they obviously might not have purchased previously because of those gender unlocks. It looks pretty good, honestly, on a female character, and yeah, really happy that they've done this. Quite honestly, more accessibility to gear that otherwise we normally wouldn't get those versions of, the better. Alright, on the male side then, this is the Eastern Ladies Togi that you can get, the Eastern Ladies attire. It completely comes with that chest, the loincloth and the Krakau's, which looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look out of place in my opinion. I think it looks really cool having that split down there, and obviously you can just about see the loincloth under there. But of course, you know, mixing and matching with glamour is always the important thing anyway. Yeah, it looks pretty good, honestly, just like a really long red robe, and a lot of people like this material, so I think a lot of male characters will be happy that they have access to this, quite honestly, especially if you're looking for something specific for that robe. And the shoes are cool as well, I suppose. This then is the previously, before 7.1, locked to male characters Far Eastern Patriarch's attire, and as you can see, it has been completely changed to work on female characters as well, which looks pretty great, honestly. Again, it's hard to overstate how much I think that it's important to get rid of those constraints so we can have cool looking gear. And yeah, this is basically doubling up on the glamour options that we have for our character for both male and female characters overall. I do think this one looks pretty good though. I do like the fact that we don't have to go, we're not a male character, so we don't get that variation. So as much as I like the versions that were originally designed for those specific genders, I do think this one is certainly one that, you know, it just fits perfectly, doesn't it? Including that of the boots as well, so we have access to those Patriarch boots as well as that robe and hat. This then is the Far Eastern Matriarch's attire, as you can see here, complete with our hat, our chest piece, that Matriarch's robe, and also the shoes as well, which you can't currently see on this preview. But I think honestly this one looks pretty good, especially if you're going for that particular look. I know a lot of people will probably be jumping at the chance to have their character in this outfit. Obviously a little bit more feminine leaning than some of the others. The hat's pretty cool though. I haven't seen this hat in ages. I forgot what it looked like. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Pretty cool. But yeah, if you're after that look, then you know you could do a lot worse than that. This then is the Nezjha Lord's attire on my female character, which is really cool. I do love the Nezjha set, actually. I think it's fantastic, especially those legs as well. You'll remember quite a while ago, myself and my girlfriend sat down and we tried to make a Sora from Kingdom Hearts Glamour, and we were cursing the fact that we were not able to use the legs on our female character. But obviously if you're a male character, these would fit perfectly for Sora's leggies. And yeah, it's now accessible to everyone. I love the difference in the boots, because obviously the ladies one has completely different boots there, and obviously the shorts are different, the top's different. It looks really good, minus a little bit of clipping there with long hairstyles, but again, not everyone has a long hairstyle. Great. Absolutely awesome. There is actually underneath the fringe that you can't see, there's actually the same symbol. It's near enough exactly the same, the star of the Nezjha Lord there as well, which is a headpiece right in the middle of your head. that looks kind of like a third eye if you're thinking of like Golem mold, that sort of stuff. Looks really good, doesn't it? Looks really, really good on a female character. And then we move on to the Nezjha Ladies set. That's what it's still called there. And this is also gender unlocked on our male character here with those boots. You can see the difference between the male and the female sort of lords and the ladies attire in this specifically. I think it fits really well, actually. There are plenty of, you know, Final Fantasy X comes to mind with tops like that. It's very cool, actually. Very, very cool. And I don't actually see the difference at all in terms of limitations. The one thing that annoys me above anything else is still the clipping with the long crystal on the back there, sort of like a hair extension, but not. That still annoys me. If you have a tail on your character, that's probably going to annoy you. There's also the Eastern Ladies star there on the forehead, like the Lord's one, which is pretty much the same thing. It's not too different. Yeah, I think the chest piece looks really, really good specifically here. I can see a lot of people wanting to buy the ladies set for their male character specifically just for the chest. I love the sleeves specifically as well. They're pretty long. And you can put some pretty good gloves under there as well. Some like long sleeve ones, and they don't clip that well because obviously there's quite a wide sleeve there. So it looks pretty good sometimes. Really good stuff. Another gender unlock then from the male variant that's now accessible to females is the Eastern Lord Errant's outfit, which is pretty cool. There are certainly some parts of that I always wanted to have on my female character. Most notably the shoes. Those are pretty cool, especially if you're looking for an alternative to some of the other modern shoes that you might see in Solution 9. The legs are pretty cool as well. Those Lord Errant bottoms. I love the zips across those. The female version is similar, but not really. It's a completely different style in my opinion. And the robe top there is pretty cool with the hat. So yeah, all in all, very pleased with this one as well. I think it suits my character quite well, actually. And then finally, we have the Eastern Lady Errant's attire. So this comes obviously with our hat, our chest, our gloves, our legs, and our feet. And this one looks pretty great as well, honestly. A lot of people have been pretty jealous of female characters for the longest time because that helm very specifically is very Bloodborne-esque. You can do a lot of really cool vampire hunter glams with that. And I think a lot of people were upset that they couldn't have that on their male character and that the male variant was so different. That's the other thing that comes to mind when we look at these different variants. That, yeah, they're cool, but they differ so much. Sometimes you really just want to have access to the other one, so we finally have that. The boots are pretty great. The robe is awesome. And the gloves look amazing as well. There are some very specifically cool-looking gloves that look similar to this in the game, but the Ladies Errant gloves are some of my most used gloves on my female character. I would imagine I would be the same on my male character because they're asymmetrical. We have those sort of those bands around the arm that go down to the gloves, to the fingers there as well as those nails. It looks really, really cool, actually, having one glove different than the other. But I think the thing that I would definitely scream and shout about more than anything is the hat. That just screams Vampire Hunter to me. Really, really cool. But yeah, I'm personally very happy with the changes, and there are plenty of other outfits still in the game that could benefit from the gender unlocking. So hopefully we see that at some point in the future. They seem to be pretty consistent with these ideas going forward and unlocking things. There are still outfits that come out that are locked to specific genders on the cash shop, so you know, hopefully some of those that have been added more recently can be expanded upon and, you know, changed to fit both. Because more inclusion and more accessibility to glamour means the cooler we can make our characters look. Let me know what you think about these. What are the highlights for you? I think for me, it's probably in a Nezjha set. It looks the most striking. The differences are brilliant and enough for me to want to buy that a second time, even though I already have. But, yeah, definitely very excited to see what combinations people come up with the opposite gender's gear now being unlocked. Much love. Thank you so much for watching. More 7.1 content on the way. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.